Let me ask you something. Why do you think LinkedIn shows you promoted jobs first? Is it to make money or is it to help you? And we all know the answer to it, right? It's to make money. And here is my controversial take. LinkedIn doesn't care if you get a job or not. It cares if companies keep paying for ads and premium features. When you are scrolling through those first few pages of job listings, what are you actually seeing? We only see promoted jobs. And here is the kicker. Those promoted jobs are usually flooded with applicants. I mean, who's going to notice your application when 500 people have already clicked apply on it? And when I tell about this hack to other people and they say like they never thought applying to jobs like this. And this can be very helpful when you apply for a job. So let me show you how it's done. So first of all, we'll go to LinkedIn. As you all go, we go to jobs, right? And then for example, I will type supply chain. If you are in supply chain software, you can type that and we go to United States. Then what most people do is that mostly they just go over here and then put like past week, show results, and they start applying. And let me tell you, this is not the right method to do. And let me tell you why it's that. First of all, what you are seeing on this first page is all of them are promoted jobs. And if all of them are promoted jobs and you see they have already over 100 people have clicked apply on it. So it means more than 100 people have already applied for these jobs, right? So why it makes sense for you to apply to these roles when there is very less chance of getting that interview call and getting your resume seen by a recruiter? So let me tell you how you can do all those things and you can get your resume noticed by recruiters. So we won't go the usual steps how most of the people go, and we will apply some tricks that we have from LinkedIn. So first of all, how I used to apply when I was doing my job search is I used to go to all filters, and then first of all, every day in the morning, I used to go to under 10 applicants. So let me see. So over here, we see under 10 applicant features, right? On it and put show 48,000 results. So basically now we know that 48,000 roles have less than 10 applicants, right? So now we just don't start applying. So now there are several tricks that we have to follow before we start applying. So first of all, instead of United States, we will put like Boston, for example. Yeah. So why I'm doing this? It's because people who lives in the same area where the job role is posted, people tend to get calls easily from there. Because let me explain you a simple theory. What happens is that company who is hiring for a role, they try to hire people mostly in the same area they live in, because that's a couple of benefits for them. First, they are sure like people will try to join them because most of the people don't want to move to another city, right? And the second thing is that they don't have to pay relocation fees, so they are saving money. So people tend to hire people or give interviews to people who are in the same area first. So that's why we apply to the city we are living in. So for example, I'm in Boston right now. So I will say, okay, I will apply for the Boston jobs. So what I will do every morning, I will go there and put past week, or like if you're applying on a daily basis, put past 24 hours. And then you just go step by step, like, okay, these are the under 10 applicants role, which I can apply. And then you can feel like which one is more aligned to you. So when you do that, then next step is instead of doing Boston, you change it to Massachusetts, for example, the state that I live in. Okay, so now it's Massachusetts. So then I will apply to all the jobs in Massachusetts. Because what happens is that it's again very high likely that you will get a call if you're in same states, right? The next step is now we don't go directly to the whole United States. Now we try to identify states which are very less chance of getting applications. For example, I will say Kentucky. Like very less people used to like fill out this Kentucky as a filter in their LinkedIn job search and apply for those roles, right? So for example, in this one, in last 19 hours, only 1 people clicked apply. So if you go like this, you will see like there are many roles that you will find that very less people have applied to it in those states. So like Kentucky, Ohio, Indianapolis, Michigan, Colorado, these states. Because what happens is that most people try to apply to roles in Boston, New York, Seattle, California, LA, right? As our first target is to apply for jobs and get a job, we try to get higher chances where we can get a job, right? So I used to apply like this, and then you go and apply to the whole United States. Now, once all of those applications are done, and I think you won't be able to complete it all, but if you are able to complete all those applications, then what you do next is go over here, you just unselect under 10 applicants, and again, you go to Boston first. And you will see, okay, now I will start applying to Boston roles first again. So now under 10 applicants are removed, but I will apply to all the roles which are in Boston. As I said, like it's very highly likely that you will get a call from a city you are in if the role is also in the same city, right? So that's how I go towards it. Then you will go to your state, then the states which very less people apply to, and then you will go to whole of the United States. Now that's just one part of how you apply for a job. Now second is how to get those promoted jobs removed. Because for example, in many promoted jobs, if you see, there are like very high chances that there would be more than 100 applicants, right? So if there are more than 100 applicants, it means it's very less chance for you. So now let me tell you how you can remove those promoted jobs. First of all, if you see, if you want to remove those promoted jobs over here, you won't find those until like 7th, 8th or 9th page, right? And we rarely go till that page because we stuck in like first, second, third, fourth, fifth page every day. So what you can do, this is an extension which is called uBlock. You can download this extension, and once you download it, you should open it and go to my filters over here. And when you go to my filters, put that code in the first line over here and then apply changes. So when I do that, it tells that remove all the posts which are promoted in it. So let's click apply, and okay, so now we will see that all our promoted jobs are removed. So if I refresh it, if you are seeing right now, right, we are seeing around three, like most of them are promoted jobs. So I will just refresh it and see. So if you see, only in the first page, only one job was there which are not promoted, right? And this has very less people applied to it. So that's how it helps us to get to job which are very less people also applied to it. So how do I used to do all my process was, first I will go under 10 applicants, then I go to my city, state, and then I use this extension to remove like promoted jobs. Because what happens once I remove those promoted jobs, I only see jobs which are like 20, 30, 40 people have applied to it. So again, there are very high chances that I get calls from those companies. So one other thing we can do is, like, many times we also see the jobs we already applied. So for example, if I see right now this, I already applied to this role, right? For example. So the other trick is like how to remove applied jobs, because that they also take some space, right? And we don't want to see those jobs again and again to the jobs we already applied. So how we can remove those jobs also through this extension is, we go over here, and then after this I just put another thing, another line, which is and then I, instead of promoted, I put applied to it. So once I put applied to it, I apply changes over here, and then again if I refresh it, you will see this post is also gone. So now I will only see posts which are not promoted and which I haven't applied to it. So you can then keep scrolling to different pages and see in which one you find roles which you haven't applied. So for example, over here I haven't applied to senior supply engineer, right? So you can go ahead and apply, and we see it's not promoted. So in the last 2 days we see only 5 people clicked apply, right? If in general we wouldn't have done like promoted jobs and applied jobs, then what we would have done, like, we would have just gone to first, second, third or fourth page. We wouldn't have reached like fifth, sixth or eighth or 12th page, right? And we see there are over 1300 openings as now. So that's how you can go through each of those steps and make sure you apply to those roles where there are high chances of you getting an interview. Now it's in your hand how you customize your resume, or you want to have like 3 or 4 generic resume according to each roles in your field you are looking for. For example, if you are in supply chain, you are looking for like procurement, buyer, analyst, demand planner, or which kind of role you are looking for. So you make like 3-4 resumes or apply through those, or you just change for each jobs. So this is how I used to do. And what I found out, like, many people didn't know how they can leverage all those tools to get them successful when they apply for job. So I hope this helps you.